Amenhotep. Welcome to Raising the Feminine Principle. I am your host, Satra Nidert Kefa Abe Menuk Ma'at. I am here today. I'm here at a park here in New York. I do love the outdoors, so that's why I wanted to come out here and do that. I would like to, before I begin anything explaining about what the show is going to be about, I would like to give my special thanks and honor to very specific people. I'd like to give thanks and honor to WNWP-TV for allowing this show to air and to make it possible for our goddesses and our queens and our sisters out here to be able to learn and to build with each other in another avenue. I'd like to give thanks and honor to you for that. I also like to give thanks and honor to Ba'aba Haru Angra Samaj, Studio of Utah here in Brooklyn, New York, where he is the creator of my Ankh pendant and my Ankh ring, which are the symbol of my symbol that was a vision that was given to me years ago. I also like to give thanks to Ra Unifer Amen, actually Shakem Shakem Ra Unifer Amen. He is the author of Madhu Natar Volume 1 through 5, as well as the 11 Laws of Ma'at, 11 Laws of God, the Tree of Life Meditation System, the Anuka Netter, and several other books. I like to give thanks to Queen Afua for her book that I also have been studying under, which is Sacred Woman. I also like to give thanks to a lot of my spiritual guides who I have met actually on Facebook and some that I've met outside of Facebook. I like to give honor to all of you. I would like to be able to sit back and give complete and distinctive names of everyone, but that would be accumulative. It'll be a lot of people that I'll have to give thanks to, but you know who you are. You know that I give thanks to you. And I would like to give thanks and honor to my mirror, my friend, and he is you. We are the same basically, and you know who you are. I like to give thanks to you for that, and appreciation and honor for being my friend, being my mirror, taking the time to work with me and to help me through this, to sharpen me and to make sure that I stand on point, that I'm standing on my Ma'at at all times, as I do the same for you. So I'd like to give honor and thanks to Amenhotep, Setep and Ra, Murray Amen. Thank you very much. Let's get started. First, I would like to explain to you what Raising the Feminine Principle is about. It got started probably several months ago on Facebook. It is one of my women's groups. I also have a group called Awakening the Black Community Movement on Facebook, and those two groups is that. Currently, Raising the Feminine Principle has 2 conference calls that we do twice a week, and they have been pretty successful. It's growing, and it starts off where it was originally supposed to be maybe an hour or 2 long, but I don't know if it's because we are just women or just also because of the fact that what we are speaking on are topics that are very needed to be spoken upon, that needs to be shared with our brothers and sisters to help each other through their issues, their financial situations that they're dealing with, their health issues that they're dealing with, some emotional issues that they're dealing with, understanding their spiritual walk, their journey that they're on. We cover many different topics that we have there. Also, because we have been doing so well on Raising the Feminine Principle and now building the conference call that we have twice a week, we're also now going to be working on doing a retreat and workshops and going to be doing seminars and lectures going throughout the United States in main cities. Hopefully we're going to get that started in the next month or 2. And so I would like to truly give honor to the One Most High for allowing all this to happen, because without the One Most High, I would not exist. I would not have been awakened in the way that I have been. I would not have met the people that I've met along the way to help me to see things differently, to help me to awaken to who I am, to the true self within me, to understanding that when I was growing up, I never heard of any of these Kemetic names. I never heard of anything like that. We grew up learning things like Nefertiti and people like that, or I can't even think of some King Tut and so on. These are the type of names that we always heard about when I was growing up as a child. But to hear things like my aunt or Usair or Uset, these are principles and titles that was never mentioned to the black race when I was coming up. So after a certain point when I was a child growing up, I just like a lot of children, we started to create stories and telling lies and things like that, and didn't understand, really why we shouldn't say these things. And when I got to a certain point when I was in high school, I realized that there was no point in me lying anymore, because I wasn't good at holding on to my stories. I wasn't good at facial expressions to have a serious on-point face to make it seem like I know what I'm saying and everything like that, and I can keep my stories in line. No, that was not me at all. That was not something that I could do. So once I realized that, and especially when I was lied to before, I didn't like how that feeling was, and I vowed that I was going to do my best throughout the rest of my life to never lie again. And that's how my life has been. I'm not going to sit here and say that I have never lied since then. I have, and I've experienced the karmic retributions for that, trust me. So, but I do my best very much to live my life as my aunt, to speak as my aunt. But when I speak to my sisters, when I speak to my brothers, whether it's on Facebook or my YouTube channel, which, just in case if you ever wanted to take a gander at that, it is www.youtube.com/SweetTeebs, which is SweetTeabz. Living as my aunt is not always as simple as a lot of people would like to think, because my aunt entails a lot of different attributes. I mean, she is divine law. She is an attribute of the One Most High. My aunt stands for, or what defines her, is divine love, truth, order, balance. And a lot of other people don't know or pay attention to that there's another side that's also with my aunt, which is interrelationships. That means the connections of things, understanding the whys of the events that happen in your life. And a lot of us don't understand that, and that's one of the things that helped me in raising the feminine principle within my being. Once you start to understand and see it for yourself, the connections of everything that's happening around you, seeing the events. For instance, I can speak on the events that are happening today, and it actually happened yesterday as well. I have this video, the recording that I'm doing right now for this show. And what happened yesterday was different people at different times kept coming around, talking, sitting near me. It's just like, it was just bunches of people coming at different time frames, which made it very difficult for me to go ahead and do the recording. And I finally was able to get the recording in once I put the energy out there that you're not going to stop me from doing this video. You're not going to be able to stop the truth. You're not going to be able to prevent the feminine principle from raising, into the consciousness of our women, of our sisters that are out here. And that's when it stopped, and I was able to do 17 minutes of it, but I ended up letting that one go.